the party leader and GQ cover star could ignore his party's own Brexit policy and the result of the democratic vote made on June last year as the consequence of leaving the EU becomes clearer. Asked if he was prepared to rule out a second vote after meeting with Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio Costa today, the Labour leader said his party hasn't fixed its position on the issue. Speaking to an audience at the European Socialist Party conference in Lisbon, Portugal, Mr. Corbyn said, "We've not made any decision on a second referendum. What we've said is that we would respect the result of the first referendum." PAJeremy Corbyn has signalled that the party would hold a second referendum on Brexit. Related articles. Are Jeremy Corbyn's advisors really in the driving seat? We are not safe. Russia will target UK and influence operations. We've not made any decision on a second referendum. Jeremy Corbyn. If we were in government, we would immediately legislate to guarantee British residence to all European Union nationals that live and work in Britain, and the right to bring their families to Britain as well. We will negotiate the issues of relations with Europe on the basis of a free trade relationship with Europe. The news comes after months of party infighting over their stance on Brexit. Jeremy Corbyn speaking with Portuguese Prime Minister Antonio Costa. Earlier this week, two high-ranking Labour shadow cabinet members failed to agree with one another over the future of Britain once we leave the EU on March 29, 2019. Shadow Brexit Secretary Sir Keir Starmer slammed Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbott for being at odds with him over the party's Brexit policy in a letter to a constituent. Ms. Abbott wrote, "I will argue for the right of the electorate to vote on any deal that is finally agreed. Jeremy Corbyn appears on the latest issue of GQ magazine. But Sir Keir, appearing before the Lords Constitution Committee, dismissed the idea of a second vote. And Labour's deputy leader Tom Watson was put on the spot in November over how much money the party would give to the EU if Mr. Corbyn was in crunch talks with the bloc. In the Labour Party's manifesto, it says, Labour accepts the referendum and a Labour government will put the national interest first. Related articles. Legend Farage backs Noel Gallagher after "fuck Corbyn" outburst. Former Labour MSP Leslie Brennan lands top job after £30,000 payoff. Jeremy Corbyn boasts before promising to attack the city if elected.